I got started playing basketball at a very young age, as far back as I can remember. I've been playing it probably ever since I could walk. I just started playing and I've loved the game ever since.
I got interested in softball because when I was younger, my brothers grew up playing baseball, so I was always at their games, and my coach I ended up playing for like 12 years was the umpire at one of their games, and I threw a foul ball back in, and ever since then I've played.
Golf came part of my life when I was about 11, just before my grandfather died. He got me into golf along with my dad, but seriously it came about maybe 4 years ago when I was about 15. Yeah, my grandfather was definitely a inspiration for me to pick up golf because I just enjoyed the sport and he enjoyed it as well, so he's a kind of good role model to have. I went through an agency back at home in 2010, and I got an email from Coach Halsey here at SNU one night, probably about midnight, and he was really kind to me, gave me kind of like an online tour of the school and what he could offer me, and just moving away from home for me and how it's going to be hard, and SNU just seemed the right place for me.
I ended up here at SNU after playing 1 year at Central Michigan University. I really didn't like the school as a whole, like just what the school stand for, what the program stood for, and on top of that, we weren't winning any games, so that didn't make anything any better. So after the season, I decided to leave, so I went on a search for a new school, and I visited a few other schools, and last minute, the assistant coach here, Coach Bogan, called, and to be honest with you, I kind of blew the whole situation off. I talked to the coach that recruited me at Central Michigan, the assistant, and he was saying, no, you need to look into this school. This might be a good fit for you. You want to go get an education, full ride scholarship, win games. This may be a place for you. So I called back and talked to Coach Bogan, and he kind of explained the situation here about the program mostly, and how I could be a good fit here. And that was it. I decommitted from Shaw and ended up coming down here to Southern Nazarene.
I went to an exposure camp for softball, and Coach Weber was there. So I started talking to Weber a lot after that, mainly just on a softball standpoint and stuff. And then I came here on my visit, and I walked around campus, and even then I was still a little iffy. And I don't remember, I went home one day, a few days after my visit, and I was just sitting there, and it was the craziest thing. I just went into my parents, I was like, SNU is the place for me to go. First semester was different. Having all, the freshman rules and the curfew and, the whole transition from, high school to college anyway, and being away from home. Me and my roommate didn't really get along very good, and pretty much at the end of freshman year, I was ready to leave. But again, it was, it was just it was always in my heart and, always in the back of my mind of, you're here for a reason.
Because it was rough for me the first semester, not academically, just culture-wise, the university. Growing up, not having those rules in place, and I was scared of it. I was just like, well, this is something that I probably don't want to be part of, and I kind of shunned the whole idea of chapel and, being part of this type of culture. My whole mindset was just, nobody really cares, you're in it by yourself. All the cards are stacked against you, and that was my whole mentality.
My first semester was awful, it really was. I didn't really enjoy it here because I was very new to a Christian environment, and it was kind of very overwhelming. Although the professors I had eased me into it, but I kind of shut myself into a little bubble, and I just wanted to go home really, but something obviously made me stay. I came back after Christmas with a whole new outlook on my attitude, and I made a conscious effort just to become part of the community here. And it was hard to start with, but I felt that everyone was really welcoming for me, and I actually applied to be an NSI mentor, and I was accepted to go, and I was invited to a leadership retreat with a lot of my friends and leaders, and I had a great time. I learned so much about people, that they were the same as me, and I didn't have to just shut myself into a little bubble. I could talk to people about things, about how my life's going, what's going wrong, what's going right, and it was just a great experience just to know that everyone is basically the same as you, that everyone is emotional and goes through bad times.
I was with a friend of mine who also plays ball with me on the team, and we were going to spend the day at the lake with her family. I mean, we probably weren't even 2 miles from where we had just left, and we missed a stop sign, and we actually got hit in my side in the door, and I wasn't wearing my seatbelt at the time. So when we got hit, the car went to a roll, and like I said, I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. While we were in the roll, half of my body, like my upper body, went out of my sunroof. Whenever the car stopped, it landed on its hood, and I was actually, just from pretty much my torso up, was pinned underneath the car. So I started trying to get out from underneath the car, and I couldn't do it. Like, no matter how hard I tried to dig or how hard I tried to push, I couldn't get it. I really reached that point where if I didn't get out, I thought I was gonna die. And I remember I yelled out, and I just said, please God, if you will help me, just please help me get out. I mean, as soon as those words came out of my mouth, it was literally God himself just pulled me out from underneath the car. I feel like now I get to go through life knowing there's a purpose. Every day I get to wake up and know there's a reason why I'm still here. And especially with me wanting to go into coaching and softball being such a big part of my life, I mean Coach Weber just is such a good example of, what it's like to be a Christian coach on top of just a Christian. And so with me wanting to go into coaching and everything, it's really been good to spend the last 4 years with Weber and kind of get to, follow her witness.
People don't realize that coming from a major university like Central Michigan, where there's 30,000 students, and coming here where there's way less than that, you get a sense of community and people actually care about you. Coach Bohaj, the coaching staff here, Dr. Mills and the business department, all of the professors, as well as the people that work down in student development, they all showed interest in me. I wasn't used to the idea of a community, the whole community sense. Now, everyone really genuinely cared about me being successful and, taking care of the things I'm supposed to take care of.
And I started going to church with a few of my friends, and it just kind of gave me a great feeling that I was kind of going somewhere with my life spiritually. Starting to believe in God was great for me, because it made me so much more mature and realised that where my life is going. People being spiritual kind of brings a sense of warmth into your life that I know that people are being honest with me, whereas at home sometimes I don't. Just opening up to people is one of the best feelings, because people do go through bad times, and being so far away from home, I go through bad times, and when I open up to someone, it's the best, and I really feel like that's what I can get out of SNU as well.
You get to come to a place where you're at a Christian school, so your team, because it's pretty much your family, you get to have more of a personal and open relationship. I feel like you can be more open and ask for help, and I mean, really, SNU, you're gonna walk in not really knowing what to expect. You might not even get what you want after that, but you're pretty much gonna leave here and you're gonna change.
If I weren't here at SNU, to be honest, I have no idea. I probably would be playing somewhere else. I wouldn't be in touch with my faith. I wouldn't have the opportunity to meet some of the awesome people I've had a chance to meet here. I don't know. Just basketball in general has given me opportunity to get a degree, be in a position to graduate this upcoming May, and without that, just coming from where I'm coming from, the statistics show that I probably wouldn't have. I don't know. I wouldn't have a degree. I don't know what I would be doing. So
I don't know if I'll be happy anywhere else, because I literally feel so happy here. I feel 100%.
I feel like if I'd have been anywhere else but here, even with the accident, I would have taken everything for granted. But being here, it's saved me in more than one way. I'm Katie Turner. I'm a senior and I play softball.
I'm Adrian Hunter, senior here at Southern Nazarene University on the men's basketball team.
My name's Sam Russell and I'm a sophomore at SNU.